happy, it makes you happy. If it makes you sad, it makes you sad. That's really
Gotcha.
how it is.
It seemed like they broke it down in a real simple terms.
Yeah.
They definitely make it sound easier said than done, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
What it sound like to me, for sure, for sure. All right, so we're gonna go back to the incident or whatever. From
Yeah.
what Rhiannon said, you were the one that found uh, your dad.
Yeah.
First off, sorry about that,
It's
because
all
I
good.
know even though we're doing this interview and stuff, it's still kind of
It's still
even tough.
there.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Even for me to talk to you about it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. It's still kind of like it's
It had
something
yeah.
sensitive, and you know what I mean. So
Well, it's happened a while ago, so it's kind of like I'm at terms with what happened, so it's easy for me to talk about it.
and,
No,
and what age were you?
I was 11, fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that impacted you when that moment happened?
Uh, I just kind of had to grow up when I wasn't supposed to grow up, and then I'm kind of like stuck in a not really a childish mindset, but just kind of like a not really going anywhere type of thing. I'm not going any lower, I'm not getting any higher. And like maturity wise, I'm just kind of at a plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel like will help you grow past that?
Just kind of getting advice from other people because that's definitely what I try to do. Try to see what happens because I'm not in a state to where I could go to therapy again and all that. I could just kind of get word from the streets and shit like that.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So, being that you saw that at such a young age and everything, what were your emotions back then? Because your brain isn't fully developed at
Yeah.
11. So I can only imagine the type of thoughts that you had, or you probably didn't know what was going on. I mean, you tell us.
So I play it out as like I saw what I saw. Day went by. I had to make the phone call to the police. It's a state of shock for sure. First 5 days, first week, second week, it's just kind of like he's really gone, and then third week, it's just kind of like acceptance, and then it hits you. And the thing about grief, you can't get rid of grief. You learn how to grow around it because that's really all you do. You can't get rid of the thought because it's kind of ingrained in it, but you just kind of learn to grow around it and like push it back to the back of your head. But it's
Yeah.
pretty much how I do it.
Do you believe that in all of life? Because I'll add my 2 cents. I kind of agree with you
Yeah,
in that statement. Like some stuff you'll never forget, some stuff you don't grow past, but you learn how to live with it.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's almost like the same thing of guilt. You can't get rid of guilt.
Yeah.
In some ways, you think you can. It's just because you forgot about it. That's really all it is.
Do you think it's more of a thing of like distracting your mind?
In some ways, yes. So it'd be like not really looking it in the like in its face. It's just kind of like looking past it with a distant stare, pretty much.
Do you feel like that will help you or hurt you more as you continue to get older?
It's definitely has its pros and cons. I'd say it'll hurt you a little bit, but you learn how to take help from it as well.
You say you were diagnosed with ADHD off cam. We
Yeah.
talked about that off camera. Um, do you like taking medicine for that or?
I used to for about I want to say 8 to 9 years because
Yeah,
I was 10 whenever I started the medication, and
gotcha.
then that definitely put a toll on me because I was so dependent on my medicine and mom trying to like force feed me it and all that stuff. Not really force feed, but just like you got to take it, you got to take it, you got to take it. If you miss it, it's whatever now. But if you miss a pill, it's just like it's the end of the world with them.
What about the effects of the pills that you didn't like?
So I was on Adderall, which that put me in a state of kind of just like just going. I didn't really. show any emotion, not really too much. I was just kind of like, oh, I got to do my schoolwork and that's it. I wouldn't really eat, lost appetite, and I'd get angry frequently. And yeah, that I definitely have regrets about now.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's in the past. I stopped taking my medication. I've been medication free for at least, I want to say 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely being unmedicated has definitely helped me a lot to deal with it. That way, I'm not so dependent on the medication.
Gotcha. I got my own story about Adderall. My roommate in college, he was diagnosed with ADHD, and he said pretty much the exact same thing you said about the medication. He was like, "Man, I don't enjoy taking it. It makes me a very irritable person."
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he was a very loving guy and a very fun guy, and I enjoyed him when he wasn't on his meds, to be honest.
Yeah,
But everybody's different. Sometimes people, may enjoy the meds more. They may need the meds a little bit more, and then others, flourish without them. So
yeah,
I definitely don't want to bash anybody that does the meds or anything like that either.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody got different perspectives, different stories, and stuff like that.
It's got
So
different effects as well. And just
yeah,
like you said, some people can be the same. Some people can be the complete end of the spectrum with that.
yeah, and kind of to touch back, just on the incident, I thought of some more questions. How did that affect the family overall?
In that situation, we definitely kind of fell apart with that. Because my dad was the centerpiece of the family. He was definitely the breadwinner and stuff like that. The man of the house.
Yeah,
Typical American living kind of thing.
yeah,
The head of the household. Everybody looks up to him, and then he's gone, and it's just all hell breaks loose. And just kind
yeah.
of like that, and it was constant fighting between like family and stuff like that, and you know we learned how to deal with it in our own ways, and we eventually got back together. Like we never separated or anything like that. It was just like the mental distancing and all that stuff.
Well, recently, some other tragedy happened within your family with your mom and everything.
Yeah.
Um, how are you dealing with that so far?
I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, as best as I can
Yeah,
with that, because I definitely had a bond with my mom.
yeah. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19?
Yeah.
I say just so everybody know, because I know a lot of people. You know, some people are older when they lose their mom. Some people are
Hmm.
younger. So your
Yeah.
perspective, I feel like, will need to be heard, especially for. I feel like this particular story is really good for like, you know, even kids younger than you that may not have a mom or a father
Yeah.
as well. Kids in the foster system, kids who may not even know themselves yet. They don't know their parents and stuff.
Yeah.
Just things like that. I feel like this would be really helpful and healthy for those kids. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
from what you said earlier, I'm pretty sure you do the same thing. Just do what you love and try to
Yeah.
not think about it and things like that.
I mean, you got to give it some time. You got to actually put some thought into it. You got to think about it and think about how it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
But you just can't dwell on it, if that makes any sense. You can't just sit there and wallow
yeah,
and just kind of like, oh, you can't live with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like I should have done this, I could have done that, and I would have done that.
yeah.
And it's just what happened happened. And you can't fix it now. It's done and over with.
Something I gotta say about you is you say earlier about your maturity level.
Mm,
I think you don't give yourself enough credit.
maybe,
You,
maybe not.
yeah, you seem pretty mature to me.
Yeah, I think in the mental the mental aspect, but like
Yeah,
when I'm around people that I'm comfortable with, I definitely act childish.
yeah. I'm about to say because from this, from us talking right now, like
Hmm.
you dealt with a lot in your life, and I feel like you're handling it super well. And I don't feel like a lot of people would handle it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I do want to give you your flowers on. If people don't tell you enough,
Yeah,
honestly.
I appreciate it.
As a tradition here, look into this camera right here, and say any motivating words or any inspirational words to somebody out there that may be going through something similar to
Yeah,
what you've gone through.
honestly, just do what you can, do what you love, and if that means making other people happy and make yourself happy, do it. Go for it. And that's really much it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
pretty much it.
And that wraps up another episode of What's Your Story? Short and sweet, baby.